Hello, folks. I'm Joe Wesley.
Hey everybody, Lizzy Gabor here. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome. I'm laughing at myself. We normally start a little bit early. I got sidetracked because I'm really into this meeting, like I'm not always. And I forgot to look at the screen, I forgot to look at the clock. It's holiday season, folks, and that's what it's about, of sorts. Actually, the theme today is expectations. Duh.
Mm-hmm.
And normally, what we do is what we're trying to do better is to focus on timelines and ourselves for your value. Now, first off, commercial break. Thank you for joining us. If it's the first time you've joined us, we appreciate that. If you're coming back again, we appreciate it even more. And our hope is that you'll watch us. You have three choices, either at 5 in the morning or 8 in the morning, whichever you want to do, or 12 at midnight, because we have after viewing besides the actual live viewing. And we do ask that you provide your thoughts, your questions, your information to us, to others. You can look at us through LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. We do ask when you look at us through YouTube or Google, please sign in so you can leave comments because we do audit these statements and we try to get back to you. That being said, remember to subscribe and better yet, click the bell to on the YouTube side of this to be notified of upcoming discussions. That being said, to me and to Lizzy, calendar is very important. And this is the time of the year that people have a lot of expectations. Same calendar, but some are very positive and warm and fuzzy about expectations. Some are very depressed and upset of this time of year based on expectations. I have to read my notes. This is not intuitive to me, this right brain Lizzy stuff that we talk about here. So the question I have is, how can one look at the same time of year, same identifications, and have different expectations? Is it good or bad having expectations? The bigger question.
I think expectations are tricky because um, a lot of times they're based on past experiences,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they are self-fulfilling prophecies of people. Like, for example, people in your family show up for a holiday, and the expectation is perhaps like that. Your Uncle Tom is always 2 hours late,
Mm-hmm.
and you have that expectation, knowing that, so that when he comes 2 hours late, you're not going to get all upset about it, and this other person in your family is always drunk at the holidays, so your expectation is you're expecting them to perhaps make some inappropriate comments throughout the evening, so you're setting yourself up to not be let down, and by some Christmas miracle, if that doesn't happen, all the better.
Well,
But
am I hearing you saying if you expect the worst, it can't get any worse than that? Is that what I'm hearing?
well, expect what you know to be true about,
Okay.
like, let's say every other familial gathering that you've had in your life, to kind of play out similarly. And again, by some miracle, if it doesn't, great, but be prepared. Prepare yourself for what it may be.
Okay, well, I hear that, but
Like,
I'll give you an example of a expectation preparation that has me all over the place. I had a meeting earlier today, and we're talking about projects, things to do for the holiday period between now and next week. And I said, I expect to gain, because I love Thanksgiving, different foods. You and I talked earlier about your stuffing, very unique to each household that I've been a part of and I've been a guest. So I am saying I expect to gain at least 35 pounds over the holidays. See, she's already laughing at me. So
that's a lot of calories.
here I am talking about, should I feel good about that or should I feel bad about that? One statement of expectation. So how do I have?
Well, I
What's
think,
that about?
give yourself some grace if you want. If that's something that that you enjoy, self acceptance
No, no,
is
no.
a
Excuse me.
great
No, I don't. I don't enjoy the gaining the weight. I enjoy the food, and I know if I enjoy the food, I'm going to gain the weight, and therefore I'm going to have. I'm going to lose at least a notch and a half on my belt. I'm going to be horribly pissed off at the first of the year.
Mhm.
So I'm all over the
Well,
place
so
in this
that
expect.
in that case, then self-awareness is knowing that you don't want to feel that way. So if you choose to not eat as much,
No, no,
you
no.
might.
I'm not going to deny myself the food. That's very clear to me. Where are you going on this?
Well, then in that case, then really again, give yourself some grace. And when that happens, just know that after the holidays, you're going to go back to eating mindfully, and you're going to drop it right away. I mean, I know when I go up a couple pounds, which happens when I enjoy food, I just know that the next week I'm going to watch myself, because I don't want to feel that extra weight weighing me down. But
Now, folks, Lizzy made a claim a few moments ago about if she or I gain 35 pounds in 3 days, we can drop it right away. I want to sign up for that program. You can drop the weight right away. That's a great expectation for me. So how does that one work?
Well, Joe, I have to say, I doubt highly. I think that you are overestimating the amount of weight you're going to gain. I think
Well,
that's
maybe a little
almost
bit.
impossible. Almost like even actors who have to put on weight for a movie and they eat, a gazillion calories a day can't put on weight that fast. So I think you're overestimating your abilities to gain. But yes, I can see 5 to 10 happening easily on people. And again, just give yourself some grace. And it's a choice in each moment. If you choose to have that extra piece of pie because it's there and you're not going to have it till next year, go for it, and don't beat yourself up over it after. That's the part.
Well, what I'm hearing here, folks, is that making a choice. This mindfulness thing is still twirling in my head, but I think what Lizzy is trying to get into me is that you choose to do it as opposed to you react to it. Is that the theme that we're talking about here?
You choose to do it, and do it mindfully, do it on purpose. You're doing it on purpose. You're not eating it, in the middle of the night, like whenever, well, maybe you
Yes, I
are.
am dressing. Nothing better than cold dressing at 2 o'clock in the
the
morning.
part the part of it that I want people to really be kind to themselves, and it is the overthinking, the critical voice in their head that's going to be beating themselves up for eating this thing. If you're going to eat it, enjoy it, savor
Mm-hmm.
it. And I would say again, take a bite, enjoy that bite. Don't just woof it all down. Try to be mindful about how you're eating each thing, and really think about where it came from, who made it, the time they took, and that can slow you down a bit so that you can actually be enjoying it and not just thinking about, oh my god, I'm going to be so fat.
I'm not thinking about how good it tastes. So, see, we're still in the
About how
same
good it
direction here. So, one of the comments Lizzy just made a few moments ago, we'll be talking more about this our next meeting, is the issue of, again, mindfulness, overthinking or underthinking. Which way does it go? Now, for example, we just got through talking about the eating, the weight gain. She's talking about, this is something I'm prepared to live with. I gain 3 pounds, I lose it off. I would call that overthinking. Right now, I'm eating it because I'm enjoying it. Now, am I underthinking? So, we're talking a whole new concept this month of overthinking, underthinking, and expectations is one aspect of it. Are we being unrealistic or realistic, perhaps? Another way to approach. How does one respond to that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think again, just like you said, it's expectations are tricky, and I think that it's just the whole thing we've talked about. Perfectionism is also, we get into this spiral of worrying about it being perfect, doubting ourselves. Those are the things that we don't want to do,
Mm-hmm.
but as far as overthinking in a positive way, it's, we plan your holiday, plan what you need to do, plan the time you need to get there, plan maybe your exit strategy. I
Mm-hmm.
talked about this recently. Like, and if you're hosting a holiday, you're allowed to have a start time and an end time. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if you so choose, if you're someone who needs that, like myself, and if you're a guest, show up on time. Don't
Mm-hmm.
show up late, but you're allowed to have an exit time. If you can give yourself however many hours, and then it's, you can respectfully allow yourself to leave. And again, and then the last thing I'll say about that is also don't over obligate yourself. Really, there's a lot of pressure to show up to everything for everyone on the holidays, but
Mm-hmm.
really, I would just really want to suggest to people to prioritize your self-care, get enough rest,
Hmm.
drink a lot of water, and you can say no to things, because chances are, people aren't really even going to notice if they're in the midst of it. And people think that's mean. I think it's really liberating to think of.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. That again, overthinking, underthinking. I think it's a hard. I believe the concept, the term beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, or say it like that. And so I spoke the other day, last week, about my wife will ask me, are my eyebrows even? I mean, not my eyebrows, are her eyebrows even? Eyebrows. You've got eyebrows. What do you mean even or not even? And to the one hair, that's gonna make a huge difference. I'm looking, and she's looking at me like I'm clueless. I'm a caveman. You're concerned about this. You clearly don't get it as an underthinking concept. I'm spazzed out about eyebrows, and she's got to check it 10,000 times. She can't pass the mirror. It's making sure the eyebrows are perfect. So I guess the question is that again, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So how does one have a little thermostat to say, whoa, maybe Joe, you need to come up to speed and be more concerned about my appearance that represents our household? I'm saying overkill. They're going to look at your flashing smile. Who's going to care about your eyebrow? Now, it may be another woman who cares about that. And I might be talking from a male perspective, but help me out on this.
I think that's beautiful what you said, about her sparkling smile, and that's beautiful. Say that to her, and it's okay if she wants to look a certain way. It's just if she gets obsessive about it and it becomes overdrive, going and checking and checking and checking her eyebrows.
Well,
Over,
she
or just
gives me
like, okay,
disgust.
they're good. Just say they're good. They're perfect, and you can go on your way.
Well, first off, men, here's a rule of thumb, a public announcement session.
Yes, yes,
When the wife asks you, how do I look? At least give her a 3-second visualization before you make a response. When I first got married, she would ask me that question, and not even glancing in her direction. Oh, honey, you look fine. They watch you for an answer. They don't want to hear the words. They want to watch the body language, the facial content, how the eyes flow up and down and from side to side. Now, am I overthinking?
If you get anything from this episode, know that, because my husband does the same thing. I will say, "How do I look?" at the top of the stairs, and he'll come walking by, and he doesn't even look up the stairs. You look great. I'm like,
Women notice stuff like this. So the question is, am I overthinking to say I should look at least 3 seconds? 1,000,
I think
1,000, 1 second.
is a mindful way to do it. Yes.
Really? Okay. See,
3 seconds. Look in her eyes and tell her, yes, you look beautiful.
or I've got to look in her eyes too. This is what it's all about. This whole thing of mindfulness and
connection.
I'm already getting sweated out, tired on this, on the overthinking side of it. The key is, I don't know if there's a perfect answer. I think perhaps one concept is if it's slowing you down, if it's giving you headaches, migraines, ulcers, maybe it's not so good for you, this overthinking thing, or even underthinking. Some people will knock themselves, why didn't I think about that? Why didn't I consider that? So I'm thinking maybe either way could be an issue. Yes?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, if underthinking, if you don't plan, if you don't prepare and you don't plan, that can get you late. That can get you missing your flight. That can get you, not putting the food in at the right time for it to be ready. So plan ahead, but be flexible with yourself. And again, be mindful. Really try to focus on the present moment, wherever you are during the holidays. Be present. The moment you're in, because that will again shift you out of all the expectations and the overthinking. If you be in the moment. I like to say, be the river, not the rock.
Ooh, nice. See, I love these phrases she comes up with.
Flow with what happens, one thing at a time, be in the here and now. And that can really be helpful in having you have a successful, happy, hopefully joy-filled holiday, without all of the unnecessary worrying and second guessing and beating yourself up and not this enough and not that enough. Because you are enough, you are capable, you are everything just as you are right now.
I hear that. Thank you. Now, this may or may not be overthinking, but I want to wish everybody, we can finish a little bit early, wish everybody a happy, happy Christmas celebration, Kwanzaa celebration. And we will be here next week. New Year's Eve almost, yes?
Yes, yes. Wishing everyone a happy, happy holiday season. Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy
And what Lizzie's brought to
Boxing Day. Celebrate that.
what Lizzie's brought to our being together some music to take us home with, perhaps for today.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Joe.
Well, thank you.
Cue the music. Just try to stay grounded, you know, keep your nervous system calm as much best you can, and put some music on.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
We'll be talking more about these types of things as we talk about New Year's resolutions. We'll be reminiscing a lot coming up the meeting of next week. So please share. Great time to be on board, and let's plan together a very good new year for all of us. Yes?
absolutely. And an amazing, phenomenal 2022. Best year ever.
Okay. Take care, folks.
Bye, folks.